Hi everyone, Jus4SweetZ here. Today I am doing a video response to Linda's Pantry for a recipe, her recipe contest she has going for her Wild Tree bundle. And I use an awful lot of Wild Tree, so I work with Linda and I've been using Wild Tree actually for about 4 years now. So it's not new to me, but I love watching her videos and what she does with it. And so I'm not using any Wild Tree today, as I should, but I am kind of mimicking a recipe from Wild Tree and from Linda, and I'm just putting an easy spin on it. Wild Tree has a jelly out this fall season, and it's a cranberry jalapeno jelly, and it is absolutely delicious. And I know Linda's told you that. We've put it over crackers, over cream cheese, and served it with crackers at the shop, and it is to die for. It's so good. Their jellies anyway are very good. But Linda did a recipe the other day doing a jalapeno cranberry sauce. And so I'm going to take the little bit of an easier version with ours for Thanksgiving. And I'm going to actually put this on the turkey when I bake it. And I'm going to put it on the side over cream cheese with crackers. And just kind of mimic what Linda does. So I just got out of bed. I would show my face like Linda does, but I don't want to scare everybody, so I'll just do a quick hi. So I don't want to scare people in the morning, and that's when I get to film. So that's why you get to see my hands a lot. Anyway, so we are going to do the easy version, and this is, like I said, a video response to Linda's Pantry for her contest. And thank you, Linda, for everything you do. You helped me and inspired me so much. You have no idea. And I love you for that. And you get me going, and you give me the motivation to keep going. And I really, really appreciate that, along with all my YouTube subscribers out there. Those of you who subscribe to me and are positive and give me nice feedback. And it's not always, you know, I don't know what the words I'm trying to say. Actually, what I'm trying to say is you give me constructive criticism sometimes, and I love it, and thank you so much for that. I do have a couple negative Nancys out there that I think that they just don't have a happy life. I don't know. But anyway, that being said, we are going to go back to having fun with our stuff. And I have a saucepan on low heat right now, because what I'm going to do is, my version of this is 1 can of whole berry cranberry sauce. So it has the berries in it. And then we have 1 can of jelly. Now you can use 2 of the whole berry. This is just what I have in my pantry right now. So I'm using what I have on hand. I have 2 fresh jalapenos that have been washed. And I have a half a cup of sugar. And I poured it over a bowl, and it kind of overspilled. So anyway, we've got this on low. And I am going to go ahead and we're going to put our cranberry sauces into the saucepan. And basically all I'm doing is reheating this and letting them thin down, and then we're going to let them gel back up. Okay. And I'm making an awful lot of it, but that is because, you know, I'm going to serve it 2 different ways on top of the turkey, and we are going to serve it over some cream cheese with crackers. I'm just looking for my funnel really quick here. I'm going to actually stick mine into a mason jar, and that way I can store it in my refrigerator a lot easier. And I'm not going to seal it or anything, but we'll have it ready to go. All right, so we have we're on like medium low heat, and we have both cans of cranberry sauce. Next, I am going to take my jalapeno, and I wish I had Linda's fancy little device that she used. I don't have one of those. So I have to do this all by hand, and she's good and wears gloves, and I should, but I don't. And I have paid the price for it, because I'll tell you what, these jalapeno oils get into your skin, and they can hurt, especially if it's really dry out like it is right now. One technique that I did learn on TV with the jalapenos to get the seeds out is they kind of just go right here to the top of the jalapeno and you push with your knife, and usually they use a little bit of a bigger knife and they just push that straight out. So it comes out pretty easy. Turn this down a little bit till we get going. So right here at the beginning, kind of loosen that up a little bit. You just take the tip of your knife and scrape that off. And I didn't intend for it to go underneath, but it did. So, all right. So we have 2 there, and let's go ahead and loosen this one. I can't believe it's holiday season already. It has come so fast, I can't even believe it. But believe it or not, I have started to do a little bit of shopping, which is nice, but I don't know. It comes too fast. I haven't even had a chance to get any decorations out for any holiday, so we'll see. I think this year it's going to be a tree, and that's it. All right, I'm going to kind of get a knife here and scrape these seeds. In fact, let me just go empty these in the sink right now. Now, if you want to add a little bit more heat to what you're doing, go ahead and let those seeds stay in there. The seeds add heat. But I am cooking for, you know, adults, but children as well. And 2 of them, well, I should say one of them isn't old enough to eat this kind of food. But, you know, my grandbabies, they can't eat those spicy jalapeno things. So I'm going to kind of make it, I wouldn't say on the mellow side, but I'm not going to add a bunch of seeds. So I'm just kind of mixing that up, and we're letting it emulsify down. We're also going to go ahead and add our 1/2 cup of sugar to this. And the reason I'm doing that is I noticed that Linda added sugar to sweeten hers up. And cranberry sauce is already sweetened when you buy it in the can, but I wanted to just give it a little bit more sweetness. So that's why we are adding that extra 1/2 cup of sugar to it. I think she added 3 cups of sugar to hers, and I just want to sweeten this up just a tad, get that sweet and spicy element out of it. All right, and you can see that I'm cutting these up in big chunks, but that's because I'm going to go ahead and use my chopper and chop them up finer. I'm not gonna do it with my knife. It'll take me too long. And you know, I'm all about doing things quickly. All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to split this in half because you want to make sure that everything gets chopped evenly. And I want kind of a fine dice. Not like super fine, but fine enough that people aren't getting huge chunks out of their in their mouth. That's what I was trying to say. Usually I can multitask. Today, for some reason, I'm having a tough time talking and cooking at the same time. I love that Linda does these contests. I try to do them every now and then, but I'll tell you what, I just don't have the response that she has, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I need to try to figure it out so I can get some contests going myself. I had one contest a while back that no one even responded to, so we're going to turn this up just a tad. I want to put this more on a medium heat so we can get this liquefying and all mixed up. We want to make sure that that sugar gets cooked in there and gets dissolved. All right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add our spicy element. And there is 2 full jalapenos that I have seeded and chopped. Let's get all this out of the way. All right, so those have been seeded and chopped, as you can see. See if you can get a little bit closer here. Whoop, I didn't mean to get it that close. Sorry, guys. But there it is right there. All right, so all we're doing is we have this on a medium heat now. And you don't want to get it too high because you don't want to scorch the sugars into, you don't want them to scorch to the pan. You don't want the burnt taste or anything like that. So basically you want to get this to a boiling consistency, and then we're going to turn it off after that because really we want to just get that sugar dissolved. we're not looking to cook it too much, and we want to kind of get the heat from the jalapenos going into this to give it that spicy effect. Frog in my throat again. I'm so sorry. I'd like to apologize. If I could film all day, I would. I love doing it, but I have to work. So my only time to film is in the morning, and unfortunately that's when I have my frog in my throat and my words are fumbled because I haven't had a full cup of coffee. And one of these days I'm going to get to film at a different time so I can be more clear. All right, I am going to add a tad bit of water to this, so right around 1/4 of a cup. I just want to give it a little bit of water to thin it out a tad, because I don't want it to completely gel up like cranberry sauce when I put it in my jar, because I want to be able to at least pour it out or scoop it out easily when putting it over the cream cheese and on the turkey. I'm actually this year, for the first time, I am going to cook my turkey in an oven bag, and I have never done that before. I've heard over the years people say it's absolutely wonderful, and believe it or not, I went to the dollar store and they had the Reynolds, or I think it's the Reynolds brand oven bags, and they were specifically for turkey. So I thought that was a great deal. So I went ahead and grabbed that while I was there, and I'm going to try that. Usually we deep fry a turkey, but we are not deep frying this year with the cost of peanut oil and all that. So we're going to make it just in the oven and have some fun. I also got some really great deals, not to change the subject, at the dollar store. They accept coupons at ours now, and I went there and I cut a lot of my things, like my chicken broth and my stuffing mix, and it was really great. It's nice to be able to find some bargains like that and not have to spend full price. And then on top of it, I had a couple coupons, so I was able to basically save a little bit there. So it was good. Of course, I'm not done. I still have a long ways to go, but all right. So it's starting to boil now. You're starting to see that boil consistency. And basically all we're trying to do is, like I said, dissolve that sugar in there and get those jalapeno oils and flavors going through this jelly. And this is going to make a great sauce. So as soon as this boils up a little bit, I'd say that everything is probably mixed in there pretty well. And this is just a really quick version. You can do this fast, and you know, not that I would love to make it homemade, but I just don't have the time working all 3 days before Thanksgiving. So I'm preparing some things ahead of time, and this is just my quick version. Okay, you can see that there's bubbles starting to come up, and I'm going to let them bubble a little bit and let those sugars and everything get in there. I'm going to give it one last stir, and then we're going to go ahead and stick it in the jar, and it'll be ready to go. You can see it's bubbling. I can see, you know, that when it bubbles, you can see that the juices start to run a little bit translucent. Not clear, obviously, because of the red, but it's a translucent color, and you can kind of see that that's what it looks, that's what's coming up, and then you know that everything is liquefying together. And I want to say total, I probably put maybe a half a cup of water in here. I don't even know if I put that much, but the reasoning behind that again is so you know how cranberry sauce comes out of the can and it's super thick, and sometimes you have to open it on both sides to get it out, or like I had to spoon it out, and all I'm doing is trying to liquefy it a little bit more so that it's not such a jellified consistency. It's more of a sauce. All right, I think we're done. We're ready to go. I'm gonna put these in the sink really quick. And we are going to get a wooden spoon, or if you have a rubber spatula, that works too. I'm letting that boil for 1 minute here. Oh, I found a rubber spatula. For some reason, I'm running low on my rubber spatulas. Couldn't be all the baking I do, right? All right, so this is boiling. You can see it's boiling to that consistency. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just letting that boil just a little bit more. I just want to make sure that that jalapeno is getting cooked through. All right, so we're going to go ahead and turn that off. We've got our mason jar ready with our funnel, and I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see what we're doing here. And I hope you guys get a chance to try this. All right, so got the funnel ready, and we're just going to start pouring, and be very careful. Don't burn yourself because this is hot sugar, and that does not feel good. You can see it's thin right now, but as it cools, it's going to gelify. Now, do not stick this in the refrigerator right away, because I am not sealing this container. I'm just going to, you know, because I'm using it in a couple days. So don't stick it in the refrigerator right away and trap the because bacteria will get trapped inside of it. You want to just go ahead and leave the lid off and let this cool a little bit down to a room temperature before you stick that in the refrigerator. So probably at least an hour to let this cool. All right. So there we go. And look at 2 cans, perfect in my jar. I'm going to bring that over here, get close to it. I'll go over it one more time. This is my video response to Linda's Pantry. A quick recipe that I wanted to share that was inspired by Wild Tree and inspired by Linda herself. It is a jalapeno cranberry sauce. I'm going to use it for a glaze on my turkey. We're also going to serve it over some cream cheese with some crackers. And all I did is add 1 can of whole berry cranberry sauce, 1 can of regular jellied cranberry sauce. Feel free to add 2 of the whole berry if you like. I think that that might be a little bit better. So it's just what I had in my pantry. We have 2 de-seeded jalapenos that we chopped, and a 1/2 cup of sugar and a 1/2 cup of water. Put it in a saucepan, let it boil until the sugars and everything dissolve, so right around 5 minutes or so, and pour it into your mason jar, and you have it ready to go for your holiday festivities. It's delicious. I promise you that. If you get a chance, you need to try ordering some of that Wild Tree. I have almost all of their things, or their products, and I can promise you that they are absolutely delicious. You won't be sorry. We're stuck on garlic galore in this house, so we're gonna actually have that as a dip as well because it's so delicious. But anyway, thank you, Linda, again for everything you do. This is my video response to you. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Until next time, next video, please come and check out my channel. If you haven't checked out my channel yet, we do a lot of fun and easy crafts and food videos. And I'd love for you to come over to Jus4SweetZ. And everybody have a wonderful day. God bless.